Hello and welcome to this week's edition of iTorah, brought to you from the departure lounge of San Francisco International Airport, where we are en route to New York City, to Crown Heights, to visit our children and to be present for the birth of our coming grandchild. We're currently in the period of time known as the 3 weeks, when we mourn the destruction of the first and second temple. However, together with that mourning, we also anticipate the rebuilding of the third temple. And in this regard, Lubavitcher Rebbe has asked that we focus our learning and studies during this period of time on the third temple, what it will be like. I'd like to do that today and to commence with a question. Maimonides spends a lot of time describing the building of the third temple. He explains in great detail what it should look like. And the reason he says he does so is because we have an obligation, as he says right at the very beginning, men and women, all of us, to participate in the building, both in body and financially. And it's only by knowing what to do that we'll be able to build it. It turns out that according to the Rambam, according to Maimonides, the third temple will be built through human endeavor. Rashi, on the other hand, in his commentary on the tractate Sukkah, looks at it a bit differently. He says that the third temple will become down from heaven, ready-made, boni u'mushuchlol yered ben shamayim, fully renovated, fully built, prefab Beit HaMikdash will descend from heaven. Do we have to say that there is a contradiction between the opinions of the Rambam or Rashi? Or is there perhaps a way of resolving this contradiction? We find similar contradictions with regard to other aspects of the future redemption. The Talmud says that the future redemption will be heralded by the Messiah, and quotes two different sources in the Bible and Tanakh as to how the Messiah will arrive. In the book of Daniel it says, Aro al Ananishmaya, that he will come and descend through clouds of the heaven. It also says in other places that Oni v'reichiv al chamer, he'll be a poor man riding a donkey. So which is it? Is he a poor man riding a donkey, or is he going to come gliding down on the clouds of heaven? Talmud resolves this contradiction by saying that the future redemption can come about in one of two ways. If we are meritorious, if we have done the right thing, then indeed the Messiah will come on the clouds of heaven. If we are not meritorious, the Messiah will still come. This time, however, as a poor man riding on a donkey. So also, the Lubavitcher Rebbe explains that the temple can be built in one of two ways. If we are meritorious, the temple will come down, as Rashi says, fully renovated, prefab from heaven. If we're not meritorious, then we will physically have to put together every single brick. In a more generalized way, the Talmud speaks of this in terms of when Mashiach is actually going to come, when the Messiah is actually going to come. It says in the book of Yeshaya, Ani be'ito achisheno, I will hurry him up in his right time. The Talmud asks a question. If he's hurried up, then it's not the right time. If it's the right time, he doesn't have to be hurried up. So which is it? Is he coming ahead of time in a hurry? Or is he coming in the right time, nice and slow? And here too the Talmud says that it depends on our merits. If we're meritorious, God will hurry him up and bring him before the right time. If we are not meritorious, then he will come in the right time. Delayed, but he will come. What we see from all of this is that God's promises for the future will certainly be fulfilled. The manner of their fulfillment,
Folks, in about
however,
3 minutes, I will begin the
is
boarding
up to
process
us.
for United Flight 870 service to Kennedy.
we can have
Once
an
again, when I
impact
begin boarding, I'll begin
on
with
the
first
manner
class, business class,
on
100,000 mile
Messiah's
flyers.
arrival. We can have an
Global service,
impact
you're welcome to board using
on
the
the
red
manner
carpet.
of the building
Next online
of
on
the
board our
temple.
premier exec, Starline's Gold
We
members.
can have an
Welcome
impact
to queue up
on
on
the
the
actual
left-hand side. It
timing
will reflect that on
of
your
the
boarding
Messiah's
card.
arrival.
After that, we'll be seating 1,
That the
after 1,
Messiah
2,
will
after
come,
2, 3, after
that
3,
the
4.
temple will be rebuilt,
Also, once again, if you have a
is
stroller,
really
please
not up
make
to
sure
us.
you have a gate delivery
but how
stroller
we will
tag on
come,
your stroller prior
how
to
soon
boarding.
it will come,
Also, once
the
again, be
manner which
advised
it
of the
will
1
come
+ 1
is
carry-on
certainly up
policy.
to us.
Please consolidate your items so you have
Similarly,
no more than
also,
2.
we
Folks, I
can
will ask you to step
understand
aside.
from
This
this
is an FAA regulation.
that on the one
Once again,
hand,
please
there
consolidate
is
your
faith.
items so you have
On
no
the
more
one
than
hand,
2 when you board. Boarding should
God
begin
directs the
approximately 2
world,
minutes or so
God
for
directs
United Flight
every
870.
aspect of
Also,
our
all
lives.
standbys have been cleared. If your name
On
was
the
on the
other
list
hand,
and not called, please
The
approach us here
manner
at
of
the
that
counter. All
direction,
standbys have been
the
cleared.
speed of that direction is very often up to us as individuals. So here we see that there is a coming together of the concept of faith,
Folks, it doesn't
believing
matter
that
what
everything
seating area
comes
you're in,
from
where you're
God,
sitting in the cabin. It's 2 bags only,
and
1
free
plus
choice.
1.
the input of human beings such as me and you.